Hello there, and welcome back to a 1v1 online battle. I recently started playing quick battles again after taking maybe 6 months or so off. So trying to get back into it now. I'm under my guise of Dr. Lovechunk in this battle, and I am playing as Nurska. And I am facing, of course, those damn dirty lizards. So yeah, been trying to get back into online 1v1 battles, trying to improve my 1v1 game, as I have become very rusty since not playing for a long time. So let's look at my Norskan army. Beginning with my line that is frontal. I've got good old berserkers up front. Why, I hear you ask? They don't have armor piercing. They're not a great choice. Well, they do have a fair amount of melee attack, so they can put out pretty good damage, of course. And more importantly, I needed someone with good leadership to try and stand up to the lizard men and not run away straight away, which is probably what these Chaos Marauders with great weapons will do. But they do provide the armor piercing support for my berserkers, so I'm going to mix them all in together, berserkers and great weapons, and that'll give me some armor piercing damage on that little front line. And then out on the wings a little bit, I've got these Fimir warriors with great weapons. They are, of course, armor sundering, magical attacks, anti-large, and armor piercing. So they will put all kinds of hurt on all kinds of lizards. Although they are kind of lizardy themselves, so not sure how they feel about killing other lizards. I'll have to ask them after the battle. But either way, I've got one of those on either side of my front line. They're also good as a high mass monstrous infantry to stop large units charging around. And then I've got 2 units of Marauder Hunters, of course, for those anti-large javelins looking to gun down any big old large running around. And then over on my left flank, I've got 2 units of Norskan Ice Trolls. I am looking to try and flank with these and get behind the enemy, preferably. And then I've got these Norskan Warhounds, looking to chomp on any skinks or maybe chase off some routed units. And then for my Lord, I've got big old Throg, perfect for smashing lizards with his anti-large bonus and his mighty hammer and lovely face. And then I've got the Fimir Shadow Bale Fiend. So I've got my magic in the shadow form. And that is my entire army. So I've got some good frontline killing power and then just a lot of high mass anti-large units looking to prevent any lizards charging around. Now for the lizards, he's got Pterodon Riders and the Paho Sentinels. So he's got some air units that are just raining down a little bit of fire on me. Not doing too much damage yet though. He is starting to shoot at my Fimirs, I think. I'm going to bring my Marauder Hunters over any second. There we go. They're on the move. So I'm going to try and deter them and keep those at bay by just peppering them with javelins if they get too close. Now for his main army, his front line is 2 Saurus warriors with shields. A strong, decent front line, of course, capable of damage and holding on. And then backing that, though, 3 units of freaking Temple Guard. 3 units of motherfucking Temple Guard. That is going to be a tough fight, whichever way you slice it. And if that wasn't enough, he's got the Star Chamber Guardians as well, just to make life even worse for me. So, going to be tough lizards to kill, got a lot of holding power, they've got the armor piercing, they've got the anti-large bonus, very difficult to deal with 4 units of those. And if he didn't have enough anti-large, he decided to bring the boys from Chakwa, the raw Saurus Spears. So, more anti-large to watch out for there. And then his lord is Tehenowen on a motherfucking engine of the gods. So, not only a massive freaking dinosaur to look out for, but also the magic of Tehenowen. And I'm pretty sure he's just playing Tetris on that tablet. That may look like scripture on the back, but it's just a case. It's just a case he got on Amazon. He knows he doesn't even need to care when he's on a Stegodon. It just runs around and kills everything. So my plan here, like I said, I wanted to get a little bit of flanking, but this map's kind of weird. Kind of messed with my plans. I wanted to bring these trolls round and get the flank on, but the way this map is, it's got kind of like a narrow little pit in the middle, so you can't really flank very easily. You have to go all the way around. You can see these 2 little rock faces here and here. So it's kind of like a little choke point, which is kind of cool. I like the map. You got the edges as well, so you can work around there. But like I said, with trolls, that's probably going to take too long and is not ideal for my flanking plan. So I'm going to hold back for a little bit, take a minute to think about how I want to deal with this. Because the trouble is, with all those Temple Guard that he's got, you see I'm trying to draw away these Pterodons here just by running my Warhounds away from them, trying to draw them out of the battle, but he's not really buying it too much. We'll keep them at the back anyway. So yeah, this army is a trouble for me because it's got a whole lot of Temple Guard and I've got a whole lot of large. My Fimir warriors, my trolls, Throg, and they're obviously going to be great at taking them down because they're anti-large. So I've got to try and think of a way around that a little bit. Of course, I'm going to bring my front line in, my berserkers. That was my initial plan, to bring my standard front line in. But looking at how much Temple Guard he's got, I figure I need to do something a little bit different because it's probably not going to be enough. My infantry won't have enough in their tank to churn through Saurus warriors and then churn through Temple Guard as well. So going to need to support them in some way, get damage on that front line, because otherwise it's just going to wear me down too much. Now over on the left, I tried to move my trolls up a little bit, thinking about that flank, but the Pterodons came over, started shooting me, so I pulled back, started to pull my Marauders forward, ready to shoot them if they should get too close. And they start to fly over the other side. Again, my Marauders ready to deal with them if they should come down. I'm surprised he's not going after my Marauders. They're a little bit vulnerable. Fimir Warrior's not far away. He's going to start to shoot at Throg. He's going to focus down Throg, but of course he regenerates, so he's not in any big danger. Going to turn my javelins to start trying to deter them, hopefully getting some damage on them, but he's pretty quick on getting them out of there. No javelins really land. But back to this frontline situation, I've decided to put the Fimir warriors up front to face those Saurus warriors, as they are really quite wonderful for taking them down. They've got the armor piercing, they've got the armor sundering. They'll do lots of damage to those Saurus warriors pretty quick. Because these Saurus warriors, they'll probably put a lot of damage into my berserkers because they don't have much armor on and they've got high weapon strength, so that could be a problem. But what I've got to be aware of is these Temple Guard coming in and getting after my large. So I'm going to bring in my Fimir to damage those Saurus warriors first, and then pull them out a little bit later once the Temple Guard get a bit too close, so that they don't get destroyed by the anti-large of the Temple Guard. So bringing the Fimirs in first, bringing them in heavy. Going to bring in my berserkers and my great weapons with those as well. Trying to get as much damage on those frontline units as I can very quickly. Temple Guard starting to move up. They should take a little while to get there though, because there'll be Saurus warriors in the way. So these front lines are all engaged, putting a lot of power into that side, doing the same over here. Bringing my trolls in as well, trying to put as much damage on these Saurus warriors as I can to break them as quickly as possible. Berserkers coming in, my other great weapons. Trying to get these Temple Guard in the back if I can. So trying to put as much hurt on those two Saurus warrior units as quickly as I can before the Temple Guard arrive. But I have poured a lot into a small space, and that is a bad idea when the Engine of the Gods is around, so I should have seen this coming. The old burning alignment, churning through my lightly armored troops is going to do hurt to them. But I'm going to answer that with a Pit of Shades, an upgraded Pit of Shades as well, on these Saurus warriors and these Temple Guards, so that should put some nice damage on them to return the favour. So a nice play there from my opponent, but I have returned the favour with a Pit of Shades. I probably came off a little bit worse, but at least I answered it back a little bit. And the Engine of the Gods is in here now, as are the Star Chamber boys. There's a Feral Manticore being spawned up. So it's all on this front line right now. We're all kind of in this choke point, but we're breaking those Saurus warriors. Got my Trolls and my Fimir boys in there. They're doing good work. The Fimir will survive okay. The Trolls, of course, regenerate, so they can do alright fighting the Temple Guard a little bit. He's going after my Bale Fiend with this Manticore. He's okay at the moment. He's got some spells on him. But over here, it's breaking for both sides. We're breaking some Temple Guard. We're breaking the Saurus. He's breaking my Berserkers, my great weapons. So it's pretty even at the moment. Nobody is pulling ahead greatly. We're both putting good damage on each other. I've got my Warhounds at the back just ready to get any routed units. If any of those Temple Guards start to waver and rout and run off, I'm going to get those boys chasing them off so that they hopefully don't come back. Breaking the Saurus warriors, some Temple Guard breaking here. These ones are pretty much okay. I'm losing on the left side, winning on the right, I think. Throg's in here. He regenerates as well, so he can fight the Temple Guard. He's fighting the Star Chamber Guardians at the moment. He can do that for a little bit. My Bale Fiend's been broken though, and as has a lot of stuff on this right-hand side. This goddamn Stegodon causing terror all over the place. I've got my Marauder Hunters focusing him down now though. Starting to put the hurt on him with those anti-large javelins. I'm going to bring my other unit over to do that as well, but Pterodon's being a little bit of a pest. My Trolls sorting them out. They've come into melee, but they are taking damage quick from those Trolls. They do not want to mess around with those. My other Marauder Hunters now focusing that, so trying to gun down this Engine of the Gods. I think this is pretty important. Now here I brought in these Warhounds to hit Temple Guard in the back, which may seem like a silly idea, but I wanted to hammer an anvil with the Trolls. So I brought in the Warhounds as the anvil, and then my icy Trolls will be the hammer. I'm going to hope that I can break their leadership here. I'm starting to waver them. Can those Trolls hold on? Can the Warhounds hold on? Not that the Warhounds matter too much at this point after the initial charge. Got the Engine of the Gods running away. He knows he's taken too much damage from my javelins, so he's pulled that back. My Warhounds are broken, but we have broken those Temple Guard. Got some infantry coming back, my armor piercing ones. So still fairly even across the front line. We're holding okay. Marauder Hunters have survived pretty well. I'm surprised he's not made more of an effort to get after those with the Pterodons, because they could probably take him out. And right now he probably wants to do that because I'm shooting at his Star Chamber Guardians, trying to shoot them in the back. And while I've got some Trolls routing away from those, I'm going to send my other unit of Trolls that's coming back into those Star Chamber Guardians. Why? Again, to kind of hammer an anvil, but this time the Trolls are the anvil and the Marauder Champions Javelins are the hammer. So I'm going to hammer them in the back, basically, while they're fighting the Trolls. And of course that's a terrible matchup for the Trolls fighting those Guardians because they are anti-large and very powerful. But it's necessary for now because it means we can hammer them in the back with Javelins, which is going to add up that damage. I've got some great weapons come back as well to try and put some extra hurt on them. And we're putting a lot of damage on those Star Chamber boys now. Nearly got them dead, down to a little bit of health. The Trolls being pulled away. Another burning alignment coming through, but it doesn't do too much. I think he was trying to get my Marauders, but didn't get a lot done. Starting to waver some of these Temple Guard. So we're starting to break some of this infantry now. We're getting good work done with the Trolls, and it's still fairly even. His Lord's starting to come back a little bit, but now I decide it's time to get that fucking Lord dead. So I'm going to bring over the Warhounds, which may seem like a strange choice, but you'll see why in a minute. going to start to get my marauders on him as well. Start to try and shoot him with javelins. He's going to run away. My infantry is struggling, though, with the rest of the lizardmen infantry. So now it's time to get this lord dead if I want to win, I think. So bringing in the warhounds to try and slow this bastard down. Not necessarily going to do a lot of damage to him, of course, but I'm bringing over the big man. Big Daddy Anti-Large Throg is going to come and smash this fucking Stegodon into the ground. He's trying to run away because he knows Throgs are coming. I'm keeping these warhounds on him because I know he's not going to fight them and stand there because he doesn't want Throg to catch him. So they can just gnaw on his ankles and do a little bit of damage. Got some other stuff coming to support. My front line here, though, not got a lot left. A few berserkers. My marauder hunters have gone into melee because they've run out of ammo. And he's still got some strong temple guard left. Saurus warriors. All these are coming back as well. So a lot of lizardmen infantry still to deal with. So getting this lord dead is pretty critical at this point. Throg has managed to catch up. Those warhounds are bothering the Stegodon enough. He's not got a great deal of health left. He's bringing in the old pterodons to try and stop Throg and to get rid of the warhounds. He does rout the warhounds, but that's not a huge deal. Throg's got a couple of hits on him. Got him down to low health. Can he escape? Can Throg get him? No, he hit a tree. Throg just twatted a tree, and he's being bothered by the Parho boys. But they're off now. They don't want to fight Throg for too long. My warhounds, routing. I need them so badly to come and get rid of this. I need him to chase him off, and what do you know? Just before the edge of the border of the map, they think, alright, we'll stick around a bit longer. So I'm going to bring those over as quick as I can to try and get after that lord and chase him. I'm trying to get Throg to chase him down, but he's not obviously that quick. If that lord comes back, it may be bad news for us because he'll keep their leadership up. My marauder hunters trying to take down the pterodons, but the infantry is a-coming. There's a lot of lizardmen infantry left. It's all very beaten up, but still their numbers is going to help them out. I really need to get this lord dead. I've got a few units here returning, but I'm not going to pull them anywhere near the enemy. I'm going to try and regroup with Throg and my other trolls. There's no point sending those trolls in now by themselves into that lizardmen infantry because I'll just get routed pretty much straight away. So going to regroup those. And finally, my warhounds have caught up with the lord. So they're going to start chewing on him. They're going to try and chase him off the map, get him gone, give them a huge leadership penalty, and that should hopefully be my cue to try and finish them off. He's not too far from the edge of the map as well, so not too long to wait. They should be able to chase him off pretty quick. If they don't kill him, you never know. They might be able to chew through his scaly legs. But for now, regroup. Both regroup in our units. I'm pulling all my Norscan boys together. My trolls are, of course, regenerating, which is very useful. I've got 2 units of trolls and Throg. All of those are regenerating, regaining their health, which is definitely going to help try and finish off these lizards. Now, I could just sit back and let those regenerate to pretty much full health. You can see their health bars, with the little white line shows them pretty much nearly at full health when they're fully regenerated. So I could sit back and try and let them do that. I thought he was trying to pick off my berserkers here with his pterodons, but he's just flying overhead, not really doing a lot. I think he can drop bombs. I don't think he's done it already, so I'm surprised he hasn't dropped any bombs on us. But my trolls are okay. They've got the support of Throg now. They're in his aura. And the warhounds are finally getting rid of the engine of the gods. There he goes. So now their lord is down. This is it. This is my time to strike. The trolls are on the move. They're going for the lizards. There's a fair amount of lizardmen infantry here. But as you can see, they are struggling with losing their lord. So this could be it. Can my trolls get the routage? The trolls are marching. And they're pissed. Throg is not happy. My Fimir warriors have routed, which is a little bit unhelpful. Little bastards. But one important thing I wanted to mention with this, some people may not know. With leadership penalties, from losing your lord, you see it says Lord recently fled, minus 16. So because their lord has just left or just died, it's a minus 16 leadership penalty. 16, okay? After about a minute or so, it'll just say Lord dead, and it'll go down to about minus 10 leadership. So you can see there's a small window there when a lord has recently died or fled, that the units will have less leadership than they will do in a minute or two's time, which is a crucial time to attack, which is what I'm trying to do here, to take advantage of that. They've got minus 16 leadership rather than minus 10. That could make a big difference at this point, because trolls obviously don't have great leadership. Coming in, ice trolls on the temple guard, we're smashing them, they're wavering, we're alright, Throg smashing everybody, he's not in any trouble, and down these fucking dirty lizards go. Norska has prevailed. The pterodons only remain, but they're of course not going to do a lot. They're getting a little bit scared. They think Throg might be able to jump up and grab them. So they go home. It's done. We've made it. The Norskans have survived. It was a tough battle, a very close one. Good game to my opponent, well played. But Dr. Lovechunk has prevailed. I think that's what we'll call Throg from now on. So kills wise, it's fairly small numbers because we both had small armies. His was only 545, so not a lot of troops for me to kill, but spread out kills all throughout my army. We kept his temple guard from doing too much damage as well, so there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the future.